welcome to the first episode of Beyond the Stable, powered by Atlantic Harmony Equestrian. I'm Megan Scott, the host and also the founder of Atlantic Harmony, and I'm joined here today with Amelia.
Hey.
Amelia, do you want to give everyone a little bit of background on yourself?
Yeah, okay, so we met about 3 years ago now.
That is crazy.
Through the horses, I know, I can't believe it's that long ago.
The friends that you make through the horses are literally the best friends. I always see that trend on TikTok and I'm like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it? Like, we've done lots of stuff in the last 3 years. So, yeah, I've got a little cobby, 15-2, 28-year-old bear. So, yeah, I'm actually doing a PhD, but I just get, like, involved in all these Atlantic Harmony adventures, which is great.
I love it that you get involved. Yeah, we've done literally loads since we've met, including this podcast now, and I'm sure Amelia's going to be a regular guest on it. The podcast, the plan for it is basically I'm going to travel up and down the UK, speaking to influencers, equestrians, just have a chat with them, obviously speak to them about horses, but also speak to them about everything else as well, their personal life and what they get up to that kind of people don't see kind of behind the scenes of their life. So I'm really excited about this podcast.
So excited.
Hoping there's going to be an episode every week. I'm not going to promise an episode every week. I'm going to promise every fortnight. But fingers crossed we'll be able to build ourselves up to every week. So yeah, so exciting. So this episode, I've got loads planned for it. We've got some dilemmas, we've got some games. I'm just going to start off by having like a little bit of chat so you guys can get to know us a little bit better. Because like I say, Amelia will probably be appearing on here. And you probably all recognise her actually, because from Atlantic Harmony TikToks, constantly making Amelia do things.
This is what I mean, like getting involved, and it's pushing me out my comfort zone. I like it.
Good, I'm glad you like it. I've not got a gun to her head, I promise. Yeah, let's just start off by speaking about like your favourite memory that we've done together.
I feel like this is such an easy one for me. Like, we've done so many cool things, but there's one that just pops like straight to the forefront, and it's going to the beach for me.
I absolutely knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, it was just like I've wanted to do it forever. So I've had Bear like 16 years now, and I've always wanted to do it, and yeah, it was amazing.
I love the beach as well, to be fair. Really pushed me out of my comfort zone, the beach did, because it was windy and just that open space. But my pony Monday, so for context, I have a little 14-2 called Monday. He's just cool, isn't he?
He's the best.
Dude. Yeah. And he does love getting out in open spaces. That is one little quirk. Like, he does like a little buck and stuff in a field. So I was really anxious about the beach, but your bear just filled me with confidence. Bless him.
Bless him. Yeah, like we were saying, weren't we, earlier? Like the way he used to be. No one can believe that that's the same horse. Like we've been through it all. But he's so well behaved now. Like, you can put him in any situation. He's a real good one to take out and give you confidence.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's so cool. So that we went to the beach at Field Farm, which also has like cross country and stuff.
Yeah, it was amazing at Field Farm, wasn't it?
Yeah, you even had a little jump on Monday, didn't you?
Yeah.
So obviously Bear doesn't really jump anymore. So yeah, loved Field Farm. I would definitely recommend Field Farm. We stayed in like little cabins.
Yeah.
You did have to sleep on the sofa.
Yeah, that was fun. The bathroom like situation was, so the sofa wasn't so much of a problem, but the bathroom situation was like in between the other two bedrooms. So we had to wake somebody up, didn't we? Every time.
You had to walk through.
Yeah, that was interesting. But other than that, that's my only one complaint. I would recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, and the hot tub out the back.
Yeah.
You could literally see the horses from the hot tub, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Love that. And it's just like a nice place as well. Like, as I was walking around, like I was thinking about Atlantic Harmony, it's like, oh, that would be a nice photo place. That'd be a nice photo backdrop.
Yeah, such a nice area.
I wish we'd taken some photos, but we were just go the whole time we're there, like either hacking or at the cross country, and they also had the menages and stuff there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, so much to do. They've got like a menage with no jumps, and then a menage filled with jumps. So something for everyone, really. It was so good.
Even went out like did we go like down to the pub and stuff whilst we were there?
Yeah, we went
down to Skeg. We went and rode the rides and stuff at Skeg.
That was.
We got everyone on the ghost train, didn't we?
Yeah.
So like we went with like there was 6 of us.
Yeah.
so 3 mother-daughter shares, and we made everyone go on the coach train.
Which legit did scare me, actually.
No, how?
I'm such a wuss. I don't like things jumping out at me.
When I say it was the worst coach train ever.
It wasn't scary, but it did scare me.
Yeah, we did that. What else did we do? That was kind of it, wasn't it? I mean,
we were busy with the horses, weren't we? What did we do? Yeah, we obviously did the beach like a couple of times, the cross country a few times, went out for the day.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really good.
I really enjoyed Field Farm. I'd definitely go back there.
Yeah.
We've also went to the Peak District.
Yes. Yeah, we went to Hoe Grange.
Yeah,
which
I feel like the cabins and stuff there were well nicer.
They were lovely, and they were so welcoming. Like they'd done like biscuits and cookies and stuff.
We got like fresh bread.
It was so nice.
Yeah, that was so good.
Such a good place to go, and absolutely beautiful setting.
Definitely didn't do as much horse stuff when we were there though. Obviously we took the horses, but
so my bear didn't come on that one. Did he? I rode
another bear.
I rode a different bear,
which was lovely. So like our friend, who's called Holly, she's got a couple of horses now. So yeah, she let Amelia ride one of her horses there, which was so nice of her.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah, we just did hacking whilst we were there. But the hacking was like, well, it's the Peak District, so yes, I hated it. Yeah, it was so pretty, but I just felt like I was going to fall off the edge of the hill all the time.
We went up it, so it comes out of like a really big hill up the back, and then you go along like a track, don't you? And you are really high up, and it slopes away at both sides. Yeah,
and then there's just nothing, like there's no walls on the side. And I just felt like, oh my god, if my horse slips or spooks, I'm going down the Peak District.
But I feel like we definitely didn't do so much there, did we? I don't think the horses were as fit, and like we went out and like did lots of pub lunches, looked around the villages, didn't we? So we just did like one little hack, but there were loads of options if you wanted to go.
Yeah, so there was like a pub hack and stuff that we didn't even do. I think that would have been quite nice.
Yeah, you could go off in different directions as well, couldn't you? So I think the one we did was the like really, really high. Obviously it's a Peak District, so it's all going to be up and down, but like I think where we went was especially bad for that, wasn't it? But like there was loads of other options I think.
And when you guys kept saying, right, let's have a canter, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to slip off the side of this cliff.
I'm going to fall out.
But no, it was good. I did like it, and like I say, the cabin there was so nice. With a hot tub,
and the horses were in the little like the field had like a dry stone wall in it, and the horses were out the back.
Pretty. Again, really pretty.
Yeah.
They're the two. We haven't done any more horse holidays, have we?
We've done other stuff, haven't we? But not taken the horses. Yeah.
My favourite memory of us is Arena UK. Which was last year. Atlantic Comedy had a stand there, and Amelia got absolutely steaming in the evening.
Let's not talk about that.
So we had a stand in the indoor arena. So you can watch all the jumping.
It was just so cool. It was such a good week, wasn't it?
So we've seen like the 6 bar. Were you there for the 6 bar?
Yes.
You missed the puissance, didn't you?
Missed the puissance.
Missed the puissance there for 6 bar. And yeah, you could just watch the jumping all day.
Yeah, it was wicked. We were literally right opposite the arena, weren't we? So it was really nice. Like met loads of really nice people. Got to watch loads of people ride. It was really good.
Yeah, it was so good. Loved that. Yeah, and like I say, Amelia got steaming in the evening. So there was like a little party. Do you want to call it a little party? It was like in a marquee type thing, like a big marquee, like that. What you'd have for a wedding. And Amelia, I figured out, is the biggest lightweight ever.
Meg has not seen me drunk before and was like, I really want to see you drunk, I really want to see you drunk. And I was like, no, you don't want to see me drunk. You don't.
It was like you were fine and then you weren't.
It's all or nothing. I'm either like completely in control, just having like a little bit tipsy, or I'm gone. We were doing handstand competition.
Oh, literally, I was at the bar trying to get us a round of shots, turn round, and Amelia's doing like back bends and walkovers and cartwheels with these girls. I'm like, how did that even happen?
I don't even know how it started, but yeah.
That was so funny.
I ate the next day.
Yeah. And then we went back. We met Demir whilst we were at Arena UK, who is absolutely lovely. And we've worked with Demir since then at Atlantic Comedy have, but that's how we first met him and started working with him a bit.
Good first impression from
him. Amelia met him, absolutely steaming. Every time I go on his live now and watch his live or whatever on the Atlantic Comedy account, it's like, oh, icons, and it's because Amelia got absolutely steaming at Arena UK. We went back to his lorry, and Demir had a friend there called Nathan, and you just loved Nathan, didn't you? You wanted
to love Nathan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure the feeling's mutual. I think I scared him. But yeah.
Yeah, and she just kept going, I want to be your sister. I want to be your sister. Because basically, for context, Nathan has lots of horses and like
loads of horses.
basically
and
he's a rider.
I want to come and
for
ride
a
loads of
living.
horses.
So yeah, that was my favourite memory, and we had my other friend Charlie was helping out at a really UK on the stand as well.
She was so funny.
Just fell asleep in this lorry. Like everyone's playing drinking games, having a laugh, and Charlie's just there, lay on the floor, just sleeping. Literally so funny.
Just turned round and was like, she's having a nap.
Loved it. That was it was my favourite memory, and I feel like we need to do like your horse live or something this year with Atlantic Harmony.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be so good. I did want it to do like badminton or something, but I'm too late now. It's too soon.
Yeah, no, that would be good doing your horse.
Speaking of like Atlantic Harmony, what was your first impression? Because obviously we knew each other when I started it, because it's only a year old. What, like, be honest, what did you think when I was like, oh, I'm going to start this clothing line?
You know what? I don't know. I remember just being like, that's like such a cool thing to do. And like I am, like, as I said, I'm like in research and stuff, so like I'm not business minded at all, so to me that's like, oh my god, it's so scary, like it's such a brave thing to do.
Do you not think, God, this idiot, who does she think she is?
No, I don't ever remember thinking like, who's she to be doing that? I just remember being like, God, that's really brave, but not in a like way that was like, oh, you can't do it, just in a way that like I wouldn't know where to start.
What did you think when I started pulling you to be like a model and stuff for things?
That was scary. Then I was like, oh god,
you've gotten so good at it though.
I feel that was just so far out of my comfort zone.
Now you sat on a podcast.
Yeah, like how have we ended up here? Been on all these like weird and wonderful adventures
in the TikToks and everything. Like, you're literally so good at it, and I appreciate you so much for doing it.
Thanks.
Which I feel like, speaking of Atlantic Harmony, is a nice little ad break. So if you haven't heard of Atlantic Harmony, it is an equestrian clothing line. You can shop it at atlanticharmonyequestrian.co.uk. It's all really affordable, really good quality stuff. Go check it out. We've also done a collection with Millie Stennett this year. Last year now. Is now being discontinued. So if you want to get your hands on that iconic collection, then make sure you go shop that. It's atlanticharmonyequestrian.co.uk. Right, I have a little, well, not a game. We're going to speak about stereotypes.
Okay.
Equestrian stereotypes. So I'm just going to read you like a statement, and I want you to give me your opinion on it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is, thoroughbreds are crazy.
So I've always been a cob girl.
Yeah.
So I remember very much being like, thoroughbreds are crazy. But I know some really lovely thoroughbreds now.
Yeah.
So I think it is a stereotype, and I can see why they have it. But I don't think it's
it must have come from somewhere to get it. But like you said, I've met so many thoroughbreds now, and they're not.
Yeah, and they're actually the sweetest, most gentle horses that you'll meet. So yeah.
So do we agree with that stereotype or not agree?
Not agree.
Okay, the next one is, all equestrians are bitchy.
No, I don't think so. I think some of the nicest people I've met are in horses. I think when you spend that much time with a group of people, you're always going to have tension arise somewhere.
Yeah, because I don't think like normal people, but I don't think people who don't have horses realise how much time
they're
we
like
actually spend
family.
with each other. Like you're on the yard with them morning and night.
Yeah.
Like you do loads of stuff with them. Like that. Obviously, that's how our friendship started. Like.
Yeah, like who else in your life other than your family and maybe your work colleagues do you spend that much time with? So I feel like tension is always going to arise, but actually they're people that are generally always there when you need them. I feel like people will always band together to help you, so no, not bitchy.
Saying equestrians aren't bitchy.
No.
Okay, next one is, if you own a horse, you must be rich.
No, always makes me laugh. There's so
literally.
many people, like, I think you go from like one extreme to the other in the horse world. So yeah, there's clearly is a lot of money, and I think there are issues with people being able to access it, but actually you've got so many people that give up everything else to be able to pay for their horse. Yeah.
Literally, like, I have so much less money because of horses.
The
than I
things I
would
could
without.
do
Yeah.
if I had.
But I would
if I didn't
never
have
change
horses.
it for the world. Like we were speaking about Hall earlier. She has 5 horses, and like every single penny she earns just goes on her horses. Like, because that's what she loves and that's her
Takes
passion.
over your life. Yeah.
But by no means are we rich at all.
No.
Okay, cobs can't jump.
Not true.
Not true. No debate.
No, I don't even want to discuss it. Not true.
They've not got
Cobs can.
Yeah, they definitely can. They definitely can. I feel like it is harder for them because they're not built for it. They've not got the right conformation. Like, they are shoulder heavy because that's what they were designed to do. It's cool.
Definitely.
I wouldn't buy one if I was I'm going to compete as a show jumper.
I'm going to be a 1.20 show jumper with my little
With my
cob. But no, they can definitely, like, definitely your lower level stuff, like, cobs can definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Bear used to love to jump.
Yeah. And then this is my least favourite one. I hate when people say this, and I'll get in arguments down the pub about this, when people say, the horse does all the work.
Give it a go then.
Yeah, you get on.
Yeah, you try.
Let's see how you do.
It winds me up.
What's your comeback for when someone says that?
Have a go.
Have a go.
Yeah, get on. See what you think.
But what if they're then like, yeah, I will.
Well, then they'll see when they can't turn and they can't stop.
My favourite thing was when I took my ex for a riding lesson and he couldn't get it to trot.
No.
He was like, it was the horse, it was a bad horse, it was a bad horse.
Or when you put, like, I remember when I put Kyle on, my boyfriend Kyle, like, he looks like he's driving a car, like, to turn, it's like, maybe in polo you might just about get away with that, but no.
Some people are, like, naturally gifted, though.
They are, yeah.
There's some people I see and they, like, started riding, like, a couple months ago or whatever, and a few months later I'm like, oh my god, you're as good as me, and I've been trying for years.
Yeah. I mean, you have now, but, like, I always think you started, like, a bit later, and you're such a natural.
I wouldn't. You should have seen me when I was trying to learn to canter, Amelia. I was not a natural
Well, I
at
don't
all.
see that now.
Okay, right, the next thing I have for you is I want you to rank these, but once you rank it, you can't move it.
Okay.
Have you seen this trend on TikTok?
No, because...
Well, you don't have TikTok.
No.
I mean, how strange is this? Amelia doesn't have TikTok.
I had to delete it because I did get a bit addicted and it was taking over my life. I work from home, I wasn't getting anything
To be fair, I would hate to see my screen time.
Yeah, I had to stop.
Okay, so you're going to rank them, and once you rank them, you can't move them, so it's blind rank. Okay, so we're going to do disciplines.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first discipline is show jumping.
Oh God, I feel like I have to really consider this because I'm trying to think, like, what else. Okay, I'm gonna go slap bang in the middle. I'm gonna go 3.
Okay, I thought you might have put that higher, to be fair. How come you've gone in the middle?
I'm trying to, like, predict
what's
I'm trying to predict what's going to come next, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to justify them.
Okay. So we've put show jumping at number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is working equitation. Bit of a different one. For people who don't know what working equitation is, it's like obstacles, basically.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like
it's
I'm not doing it justice.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it justice either, and I know that somebody who knows a lot about it will completely correct me.
Yeah.
There's obstacles. I think it's supposed to be very practical, but it's not just about doing the obstacles, is it? You have to perform it in, like, the best way possible.
Best
So it's kind of dressage as well, because you want to do it in the best way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But you like back up and weave in and out of things.
Yeah, there's a
and-
jump.
Yeah, there's a jump. There's, like, you've got to pick up things on a stick and,
Yeah.
like, put it in barrels and, like, yeah, it's like an obstacle course, but you've got to do it pretty.
Yeah.
I feel like someone in the comments is going to come
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
100% we're going to get picked
It's
up
very
on that,
hard.
but-
I have given it a go. I'm not the best at it.
It's good fun
Opening
though,
gates
isn't
and stuff.
it?
Yeah, it's nice for a little bit of variety for your horse.
Yeah,
I'm really good if you are wanting to look at, like, practical stuff.
Yeah.
Because of that, I'm going to go 2.
Oh, we're putting it above show jumping.
Yeah, and I know people are going to disagree,
Oh,
but
really?
I've got my justification.
What's your justification?
In terms of the skills that you use, and for you and for the horse, I think it's a good all-rounder.
What's your logic when you're ranking, like, your favourites or best to do? Or
So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say my favourites. My logic is what covers, like, everything. So say, like, I don't know, you've got a young horse and you wanted to expose them to stuff. What's going to be good for you and your horse in terms of experience and, like, physically?
Okay, got you. Okay, so we have got show jumping at number 3 and we've got working equitation at number 2. Okay, the next one is vaulting.
Oh, so much fun. I've never done this one. I would love to have
I
a go.
want to do that thing when you learn how to fall off.
Yeah.
Have you seen, what's his name? Freddie Steele.
Yeah.
He did it with Elphick. I was like, I want to learn how to fall
so
off.
cool,
So I feel like that would just help my mindset a lot. You know, if
Yeah, it must be
I could
quite a
fall
good
off
confidence
properly.
giver. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, where are we putting it?
Really cool.
Really
But-
cool.
Really cool. But if I'm sticking with my logic,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 5.
5 at the bottom. To
I'm
be fair,
sorry, Volta.
I think I'd put it at the bottom. It's fun to watch, but I don't think
Yeah.
I would ever want to.
And oh my
do it.
god,
I
the
don't-
people
I'm not
that do
strong
it
enough.
are
I'm not ballsy
amazing.
enough.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's cool to watch.
I mean,
In all, but yeah, it's not something that I would probably do.
Okay.
Let's try, but not. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Right, okay. Endurance riding.
God, it's we're vying for like 4 or 1 now. I feel like this is a big decision. The pressure's on. I would love to have a go at endurance riding.
I know you would. That's why I put it in there.
So, right, stuff it. Let's take a punt and we'll go number 1 for endurance
Ooh.
riding.
Okay, endurance riding number 1. That would not be my number 1. I think that sounds boring.
Love hacking. Love
I hate
being out
hacking.
and about. I just that to me, I still can't believe that. I know that people don't love hacking, but when you go, I hate hacking, it hurts me.
I don't hate it. I feel like that's a bit harsh of me actually, but like it would never be what I chose.
If you told me I could only do one thing for the rest of my life with my horse, I'd pick hacking.
I see, no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because for the horse's rest of its life, I would say hacking because I know that's what's going to be able to do for the longest. Do you know what I mean?
I just think there's so much you can do whilst you're hacking. Like you can use
Yeah,
skills,
school on
use
hack.
obstacles.
Go for
I would miss schooling and I would miss the stuff that comes with it. But if you told me I could never like have a long blast up a field ever again, I just couldn't.
do
See,
it.
yeah. Don't know. I don't know if it doesn't interest me because I've always had bad experiences, like going
Yeah,
through
maybe.
fields and stuff, or if genuinely I just think it's boring, like just pootling along the road.
Yeah, I
I
like
do it for
going
my
out with my
horse's
mates.
fitness,
I like
and
having a
that's about
chat. I know maybe it's because of Bear as well because he enjoys it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like that time spent.
I don't know if it's
Together.
because Monday just ends up at the back, and then I'm just on my own, and I'm like,
Maybe.
This is
Yeah,
so
you're not having a chat
boring.
with everyone else.
I'm just sat at the
We're
back.
all having a chat.
Yeah. To be fair, I actually prefer hacking on my own. You know, just in my own.
I like
world.
hacking on my own though. This is the thing. I feel like you get like there's so much like that you can do with it. That's why I'd pick it because I like
Yeah.
going on my own and doing the schooling bits.
Mm.
But then I like going with people and having a natter as well.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so we've got endurance at the top. Have we got something in number 2? Working equitation and then show jumping is what we've got. And then vaulting last.
Yeah,
so
so
this
spot
means
number
your
4.
final one is, for number 4, is eventing.
Not where I would have put it if
Mm.
it had come first, because I think eventing's a good all round as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's just fun.
I think, like, obviously I knew what they were, but I think that would be my number 1.
Yeah, so when you said show jumping, I put show jumping in the middle, thinking I was going to put eventing above it.
Right.
Because I liked that you got to do a bit of everything in it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love watching it.
I
just
could
good
pick
fun.
a discipline, but if I was brave enough, it would be eventing.
Yeah,
I'd
see,
love
I
to
would
do
love to
eventing.
do it. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's I don't know. I think it's the cross country element. There's solid obstacles. I mean, I am going to have a go at it. It's one of my goals for this year to get out
Yeah.
to do a 1-day event. But yeah, scary.
Yeah.
I think because I've just seen everyone's rotationals and stuff, and like when you speak to people that have got really seriously hurt, a lot of the time it is
Out eventing,
out,
yeah.
and in the cross country phase.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously this podcast is powered by Atlantic Harmony. So the next bit, we're gonna try and put some harmony into these situations. So we have a couple dilemmas. We're gonna read
Okay.
them out. We'll have a chat through them. Give our advice. Not that by any
Ooh,
means
yeah,
we're
don't
gonna
take
give good
any of my
advice.
advice.
It's just we're gonna have a chat about it. Okay, so the first one, the title of it, and you just give me your opinion on just the title, is having my friend on my yard worth ruining our friendship?
Ooh.
That's just the title. What do we think?
Sounds difficult. I feel like I need context
You
on
need
who the friend
context.
is, how these people know one another,
Yeah.
why being on the yard's going to ruin the friendship. Or is that just a risk? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Would you have a friend on your yard?
As in, like,
If you
I
had a
owned
yard, yeah,
a yard.
if you owned a livery yard or like a private yard or any kind of yard, would you allow friends to be on it?
Oh, God. I do think this is a big question, and we've spoke about this before,
Yeah.
haven't we? Like, what we would do. Yes, I think I would, but I think I would be careful about how I did it.
Yeah.
I think you need to, I think I can see where problems can arise.
Okay, right, let's read this. Okay, so I've recently bought a little private yard, which I'm really excited to do up and make my own. Literally our dream.
Yeah,
We literally
yeah.
speak about all the time of like, if every yard I go to, I'm looking at it like,
I'd
oh, I'd
do that.
change this, I'd do that. Well, I like that part. And literally, I feel like we've spoke for hours.
Yeah,
if you
like,
built up
if
all
you
the
won
time.
the lottery,
What would you do? So I'm very jealous of this person. It's a small yard with 6 stables and 4 acres of land with a small menage at the bottom of the field. I myself only have 2 horses and my daughter will be moving her retired pony there also. However, this still leaves 3 stables spare. My question is, do I let my best friend move her horse to the yard with me? Okay, this is where I need you to give me a fake name because obviously I can't use the real person's name.
Sarah.
Sarah, okay. Me and Sarah have been friends for years, and we've only ever had one big fallout, and it was horse related. But we made up, and we've not had issues for the past 3 years. I'd absolutely love to have friends on the yard, as I've been on a livery yard forever up until this point. But is it worth risking my friendship?
Do they say what
That's all I know.
Oh, okay, so they don't say what the argument was about before.
No.
I feel like if you are that good friends and you've made up having an argument before, obviously you don't want to fall out.
Yeah.
But I think, like, we are so protective of what we do with our horses and stuff that it can cause, like, disagreements. But if you are such good friends, then you should be able to talk about that openly.
Yeah.
And actually, I wouldn't want to be on a tiny, tiny yard by myself. I think it'd be really, really lonely. And I often think as well that a lot of the issues that can come from having friends on the yard are about, like, how you deal with that friend in comparison to liveries.
Yeah.
But if it's a smaller yard and it's just that
I feel like you need to lay out the rules before they come.
100%.
Like if you like things a certain way, for example, like say you want their feet picked out when they come out of the school, tell them before they even come.
I don't let people make mistakes and then pick them up on it. Lay out the rules first, definitely. But I think if it is only like 6 stables anyway, then there's less risk of issues. I think what could be a problem is if it's like a massive livery yard and you've got liveries on there and they're like, well, so and so gets to do this because she's her friend. That can be problematic. But
if it was a big livery yard, you should all just be treated the same.
Yeah,
no matter if they're your friend or not. But because it's a small yard, I definitely would want a friend there because how
100%.
boring if not.
I just think having somebody to like you're there like twice a day every day to
Like, I would we speak about this day. I mean, I'd be so lost if you weren't.
The motivation as well, especially like we're at the end of January now and like the mud is like and the weather is horrible, like you don't want to ride, you don't want to do XYZ, like you need those people there to be like, come on, let's do it.
Okay, so we're telling this girl, do it.
Go for it. I think that
for
you've
it.
solved it before. You, if anything comes up, just talk about it openly. But
Okay, the next dilemma is, the title of it is someone keeps moving my stuff.
Okay.
You can see the rage in her face already. Right. I recently moved to a new yard on DIY. The people all seem really friendly and the place has a really good vibe about it. I could honestly see this being my forever yard. Good start.
Nice. Yeah, positive.
The only downfall is there aren't many people my age. For reference, I'm 24 and everyone else in the yard is 40 plus. Would only having older people in the yard be an issue for you?
I don't know. I've been in different yards, and I would say one of the my favourite things about where we are now is the mother-daughter pairs, because I feel like all of the things that annoy us about our mums we can share, and all of the things that annoy our mums about us they can share, and that's so nice having those people that you're on a level with. But I don't think that has to be an age thing, so I think it's something that I'd be aware of if I was moving, but I don't think it would be like a make or break for me.
Make or break. This person says, but to be honest, I really don't mind this as I thought it meant less drama.
I don't know.
So, good start. She's on a yard, she really, really likes. Right, okay, so, my pony's really settled here and I don't want to have to move, but someone keeps moving my stuff. It started off with small things, like my hoof pick would go missing and come back a few days later, which is inconvenient, but I can live with it. Someone keeps stealing your hoof pick. Are you raging? Are you okay?
I'd clock it. I've noticed.
I know that's gone.
I've marked that. No, I think it would depend on, like, I don't know, if you're coming in and it's so muddy and you're in a rush and you can't find your hoof pick, that is irritating.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like they've said, it's not like the end of the world. Yeah. So like I don't think I'd be raging. Like I'd notice it though, and it would bug me probably. Yeah.
Okay. But then I noticed that I got through a bag of feed a lot quicker than I normally do. My horse has been on the same feed for about 2.5 years now, so I know how long a bag normally lasts me. 2 months. However, I've only been at this yard for a month and a half and I've already finished the entire bag. As a 24-year-old, having to buy another bag of feed 2 weeks early stings the bank account a bit. But I bought another bag and didn't say anything about it because I'm still new to the yard and didn't want to cause any drama. If this was you, are you saying something or are you just buying another bag?
That is so hard because it's one of those things that so many things happen on yards, and especially when there's lots of people, things move, things like, and you're like, I've had stuff like this happen to me, and you doubt yourself, and you're like, I would raise it if I was 100% certain, but the fallout's not worth it unless you are 100% certain. And I think that's where the problems can like come up. I don't know if I'd be starting to think about like keeping my feed in the back of the car and then checking does it last. Like I know that's a pain, like dragging it around with you everywhere. I mean my car stinks of course anyway, so I wouldn't notice it, but like for some people, particularly if you like car proud, then but maybe I think I would be maybe trying to solve it a different way first.
Okay, fair. Okay, so next part. On my yard we have 3 fields, a mixed herd, a gelding herd and a mare's herd. When you join the yard you get to pick which field your horse goes in. For context, my horse is in the gelding herd and has been there for a month and a half, so since she's joined the yard. But when I came down to the yard this evening, my horse had been moved into the mixed herd. As you can imagine, this sent me into panic. Firstly because I couldn't find my horse, and when I finally did, I couldn't work out how he'd got there. To get into that field, there is 3 fences he would have to jump. So what do? Do I confront the yard owner? Maybe she moved him. We have a group chat. Do I send a message in there? I don't really have any friends in the yard yet that I can speak to about this. Any advice would be great.
Yeah, I think that's tricky because it's yard dynamics, isn't it? And I feel like at ours, we could definitely just put a message on the main group chat and say like, am I going mad? What's happened?
But she's only been there a month
but
and a half.
When you're new somewhere, that can be really hard. So I think I'd go and speak to the yard owner.
Would you?
I think
what would you say?
I think I'd just be like, I saw such and such had been moved into the like mixed herd. Like, was there a reason for this, or do you know anything about this? Like, not in an accusatory way, just in a like, did he need to be moved there for any reason? If so, is there anything I should be doing? And then, obviously, if the yard owner's coming back saying no, then I'd be raising it as a bit of a concern.
Yeah. Would it put you off the yard? Would you be thinking about moving or not yet?
I think I would. I think maybe if it was, just like the events in isolation, I think I'd be like, okay, like whatever, it's still early days.
Yeah.
But definitely the fact that like so much has happened in quite a short space of time, that would be like a bit of a red flag for me, I think.
Yeah.
I'd play it safe and stick around for a bit, see how it goes. But I would be a bit concerned.
So we're going to speak to the yard owner.
Yeah.
I think I'd do the same, to be fair. Just go to the yard owner. Actually, I'm a bit of a wimp, so maybe I'd pop the yard owner a text.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like, just wondering
What's happened.
Yeah.
If she went, oh, wasn't me, don't know what you're on about.
Then I think I'd be like, if they 100% didn't know what had happened, if they had like no clue that a fence had broken or somebody had moved them for a reason, then I'd be putting it on the group chat, I think.
What would you say in the group chat?
Just be like, oh, I noticed Bear was in a different field. Like, what happened? Why is this? Like, did anything happen that I need to know about?
Yeah.
And then if nobody answered that would, then I'd be mad, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so good luck to that person.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I hope
stop
that gets sorted.
Right. The next title is, I think my bestie's in love with my boyfriend.
Ooh, okay.
Right. I met my best friend at Pony Club when I was 8, and we've been inseparable ever since. We always do everything together, hacking, working out, competing. We're always by each other's side, supporting each other and training with each other. I Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that is nice.
I need a girl's name.
I nearly said Sarah again.
We can use Sarah again if you want.
Samantha.
Samantha, go. Me and Samantha have never fallen out or ever even had an argument, but recently I started to get a weird vibe from her. Me and my boyfriend, blank, we need a boy's name.
Simon.
So we've got Simon and Samantha. Okay. Me and my boyfriend Simon have been together for almost 6 months. So it's a newish relationship,
Yeah.
but like you're just coming out of the honeymoon, I'd say.
Yeah, we're being serious.
We're being,
there. Yeah,
we're proper.
it's not a fling.
And I've started to bring him down to the yard, which he seems to enjoy. He helps with jobs and puts jumps up, etc.
Can you train up? My boyfriend.
Yeah, give some lessons. Ideal. I would love a boyfriend who just came down and did all that. That's great. Because me and Samantha always ride together, she has met. Did we say Simon?
Simon.
She's met Simon multiple times. But when he's been around, she acts different. Like I said, me and Samantha are always very supportive of each other and have always really enjoyed training with her. But when my boyfriend's around, she likes to turn everything into a competition, trying to jump higher than me, and will even say comments to make me feel bad or look stupid. When I don't bring Simon to the yard, she always asks me where he is. Do you think my best friend fancies my boyfriend, or am I overthinking it?
That's a tricky one. I have lots of questions.
What would your questions be?
Like, did they say how old they were or how long they'd been friends? I know they've obviously been friends a long time, but...
What did she say? Since they were 8. So let's
So
say...
they've been friends a
let's
long
say they're
time.
around our age. Say they're like 23.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's really tricky. I think it's like... I suppose it depends, like... I suppose only you know your friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are they like around other guys? Are they... And I don't want to patronise anyone, but are they like a little bit insecure generally and wanting to like... Or are they a bit insecure around guys and wanting to make themselves feel better? In which case, I probably wouldn't be too worried. I'd be a bit like... it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it's probably not that they're in love with him. Yeah, I think it depends on how they are with the guys.
See, I think my brain would spiral. Be like, why are you all of a sudden acting differently? Like, I've known you for years, and now Simon's in the picture. Why have you changed?
Yeah, and it's the comments, I suppose, about her.
Even,
like
take the boyfriend out of the situation. Why are you being nasty to me?
Yeah, I think that's probably the thing that is
like we've always
that's not
been.
cool.
She said we've always been supportive of each other. Why are you now turning everything into competition and saying nasty comments?
Yeah, I think it's a problem. I do think it's absolutely a problem. I don't know if it means that she's in love with Simon.
I think I would confront her on just those issues, like not mention like, do you like my boyfriend? I wouldn't bring that up.
Yeah, be like, why are
why
you saying?
are you not being how you've always been?
Yeah.
Like, what's changed? Like, what's up?
Are you
okay?
okay? Yeah. Yeah, because something could be going on. Like, they might have just taken a bit of a knock in their confidence. They're taking it out on you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think there's lots of things that could be going on there. I think that's a really tricky one.
So what if you were going to go speak to the girl, what would you say?
Oh, see, this scares me because I would.
Oh, see, I find this less scary than the other one.
See, I feel like, you'd be better at this than I would. I would be
I
can't believe they've said that, and then go home and worry about it.
Okay, so imagine I am Samantha, and I've been acting weird around your boyfriend and being nasty to you, and turning everything into competition. What are you going to say to me?
I think I would find it hard to come to you at like a separate time and be like, I want to discuss this.
Yeah, but we're just on the yard, we're best friends. We're like how we are, but we've known each other double the time.
I suppose I would just be like, what's going on? You've seemed a bit off lately.
No, nothing's off.
I was like, oh, but you've made a few like comments.
Like what?
Like you normally are really, really supportive of me, but actually like you've made a few digs.
I didn't even realise I was doing that.
Oh, well, I feel like I need to tell you that you have because it's not been making me feel very good.
And what if she is really hostile about it and it's like, no, whatever, then what?
I think that'd be really hard because I think you hope that your friends, like if you've been friends that long,
They would say,
you'd hope that if you,
yeah,
if you're being genuine and saying actually like I'm upset by this, like what's going on? You're not being confrontational. You're trying to work out what the problem is. I think I'd find that hard. I think I would be like, well, I feel like I've got to tell you that you have made me feel bad, whether you meant to or not, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it seems to be in these situations. Like, why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Yeah.
What if she then, right, imagine, she turns around and she goes, oh, well, I do have a bit of a thing for Simon, and I think he's got a bit of a thing for me as well.
Oh, God. I don't know. I'm crisis mode.
I just start crying.
Yeah, I can't cope with this. I'm out of here. Have him, it's fine. Yeah, no, that would be... Well, if they were like, oh, I think he's got a thing for me as well, then I feel like you've got to go and speak to Simon, haven't you?
Bring him into the situation.
Yeah.
Would you, at any point, say she was like, oh yeah, I really like him. You went to Simon, he was like, no, don't like her, like, obviously not. And she was still flirting with him and like stuff at the yard. Would you stop bringing him down to the yard?
Yeah, I think that'd be so hard. I feel like you would have to say like, okay, that's fine if you've got those feelings or whatever, but you've got to be kind of like respectful of our relationship. And if they weren't, then I think, yeah, probably. I think that would make things really uncomfortable.
It sounds like the dream guy to have at the yard, though.
Well, yeah, he's doing jobs.
Stop coming down now because Samantha fancies you.
Can't want my own table out.
That is a difficult one. Okay, that is all the dilemmas we have. And that is wrapping up the podcast.
Oh my God.
So, obviously, Atlantic Harmony, we're going to be travelling up and down the country, chatting to people. Who do you think we should chat to next? Whether it's an influencer or just like a professional in the field. So it could be someone around this area, around us, an easy one, or travelling somewhere. Who would you love to see on the podcast?
Oh my God. I feel like so many people, because I just love hearing about like different people's experiences. I feel like so many people have got so much like knowledge and stuff. I feel like you could predict that I'm going to say this, but I have seen Megan Elphick do like some bits with him, and he's local, and I really liked the way he taught her, so I'd like to chat to Simon Grieve.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually didn't think you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I didn't know who I thought you were going to say, but I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I really liked watching Megan Elphick's
When he
the
wrote
12
the
days
young
of
stuff.
Vlogmas, and like because that's a while ago now. We're talking over a year ago now, but yeah, I found the way he taught her really good.
He was in the Vlogmas again this year as
Was
well.
he? I need to catch up on that.
You miss out all on this.
I know. I don't do the social media.
Honestly,
now
it's
I'm
crazy. If you looked
nearing
at Atlantic
30.
Harmony TikTok, you'd think Amelia's all about it, but in reality, she has no idea what's going on, and it'll just make her stand in front of the camera.
literally.
And like, have you seen this trend?
No.
Can you do it? All right.
I'll try. Can I listen to it again, please?
Okay, so we're going to try and get Simon Grieve on the podcast, guys. Let us know also who else you'd want to see on the podcast. And if you guys have any dilemmas that you want us to chat about, or chat about with maybe Simon Grieve, maybe we'll go through some dilemmas with
After
him.
my advice, they're thinking like, no, not sending them in.
Yeah, but if you guys do have any dilemmas, like I say, it's very light-hearted. Like, don't take anything we say literally. If there is anything, God, I feel like I'm on the girls' bathroom podcast. But if there's anything you guys are seriously struggling with, please contact a professional, a GP, because we're not qualified for that.
No.
But yeah, if you do have dilemmas, make sure you send them across to Beyond the Stables on Instagram. You can just DM them across to us. And if you've listened or watched this podcast, make sure you like it, follow it, review it, comment. I don't know what all the things are yet. This is very new to me. But if you're listening to it on Spotify, I'm pretty sure you can give it a review, give us 5-star if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, let us know who you'd like to see on the podcast next. Is there anything you want to say?
No, this has just been so cool. Thank you. It's just been nice to have a chat.
See you guys not next week, in 2 weeks.